Hello, Internet, and welcome to this random Tuesday one-shot here on Game Nights. I'm your spooky skeleton game master. It's me, Savvy. We are going to play Adventure Skeletons, which is a one-page RPG by Grant Howitt. But before we do that, probably there are some announcements I should have checked to see if we had. All of our regularly scheduled things, if you're watching this live on Twitch, you can find them down below our faces on the drop page below us. If you're on YouTube or some other service where you're finding our stuff that I don't know about, you can find it on our Twitter or on our Discord. You can join and come talk to us about all kinds of fun things. Coming up in the next few days, we've got a couple of games where you can see a lot of the faces that are here with me today. Tomorrow is Tidefall, right? Yeah, tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time is the return from a very brief hiatus of Tidefall. Lindsay will be there, Alex will be there, Joseph will be there. It'll be a very good time, as well as some other cool folks. They play Dungeons and Dragons, and it's good. On Saturday, we'll have another episode of Saturday Nights where we also play Dungeons and Dragons. I'm there, Sean's there, Barry's there, and it's also really good. And also Dylan's here. Hi, Dylan. How's it feel to be back?
Oh, it feels great.
Good. No more follow-up questions. Oh, yeah. Well, no, Alex is also on Saturday Nights, but I already said your name, and I was trying to get everybody, and then I realized that Dylan wasn't in either of those things.
Well, Alex, we weren't going to do this on stream, but...
Chat did die, sorry.
Oh, no. Yeah, so a bunch of us are Saturday Nights, a bunch of us are in Tidefall, and then we've got other things that will definitely be happening throughout the weeks. All of us are on this channel a lot, so yeah, coming out. Anybody have anything they want to announce? Anybody got anything going on? Any fun stuff? Anybody just want to say hi?
Hey.
Okay. Joseph says no. No highs.
Good morning.
Anyway, that's all I got. Let's get this show on the road. So, like I said, we're playing Adventure Skeletons, which is a one-page RPG by Grant Howitt and Chris Taylor. And we've never played this before, but I think it's going to be fun. And also, God, I'm looking at Twitch, and there are so many of you. And I'm not sure how this happened, but it happened. So, really, really quick, we are gonna go through and create our characters, your characters, some of which you have already done. So everybody has picked their ancestry. So in this game, everybody's playing as a skeleton, as opposed to your standard fantasy adventurers. They exist on the other side of things. So everybody should have an ancestry, which is what they were before they became a skeleton, save one of you. And everybody should have a name. So let's go around and say those things as soon as I pull up the window so I can just call off people's names. Tell me your skeleton's name and what kind of skeleton you are. Alex.
I'm playing Rambone, and Rambone used to be an orc.
Hi, Rambone.
Should I say what the ancestry bonus is, or should we just let that come up
no,
later?
it's fine. Just say what you were. Let it come up. Barry.
Yes. My name is David Boney, and I was a fantastic human.
We're human. Dylan.
Hi. The name's Indiana Bones, and I'm a goblin.
You were a goblin.
I was a goblin.
Joseph.
Hello. I'm Hugh Maris. I was a dwarf.
These are all really good. Lindsay.
Oh, hello. I'm Audrey Hipbone, and I come from a long line of skeletons. I'm
Sean.
truly grateful to be here.
And Sean.
Hi, I'm Hart Hansen, creator of the hit TV show Bones, and I'm an elf, a Canadian elf. Hold on, I'm pulling up my Wikipedia page right now. American-born writer and producer, author. Moved to Canada as a child. Got my BA from the University of Toronto, Fantasy Toronto. And I wrote.
He also has an MFA.
Oh yeah, the MFA. Okay, I'm gonna have to skim this while you're doing the rest of the setup. But yeah,
At the university where he also briefly taught. I know a little bit about Hart Hansen, the creator of hit TV show Bones.
Okay, but yeah, that's me. Hi.
Great, good job.
Oh,
And you're an elf.
I guess, because I'm from Canada.
Great job, eh? Okay, well, we can talk about Fantasy Toronto later. But for now, we are going to roll. Everybody's going to roll for the equipment they start with. So, in the context of this game, you're all playing as skeletons who are generally in charge of guarding some dungeon owned by some wizard, which we'll get into later. But you're going on an adventure now, which we'll also get into later. But so you kit up with all of the gear that you've stolen off of corpses of adventurers that you've killed in the dungeon. And we're going to find out what that is right now. So everybody's going to roll twice on the equipment table, which there is in Roll20. If you go to the handy dandy rollable tables under macros, you can just click roll twice and it'll tell you what you get. Let's just go around again so we don't have like a shit ton of stuff in the chat. Lindsay, you go first.
Oh, thanks. I already did.
What you got?
I have a great axe and a dagger.
Great.
I'm a delicate skeleton.
I like that. And they should tell you on the thing what they do if I did the table right. I did. Good job, me. Let's go someone else. Sean, you're there. Next to Lindsay.
I am known for being there. Okay, rolling twice on the equipment table. Wait, am I rolling once on equipment or twice and I'm taking...
Twice.
Okay.
No, you get two things.
Okay. I got leather armor and a dagger.
Okay, we'll go over hitboxes in a second.
Okay.
Let's keep doing the bottom row. Joseph.
All right, let's see. Boop, boop. Did not show up. All right, I have a great axe and a bow and arrow.
Good job. The game doesn't say how many arrows you get, so I'm gonna say infinite.
Nice.
Just shoot a rib out if you run out. Just
let's go up top. Dylan. You guys just keep rolling a bunch of weapons.
I got a scimitar and also a great axe.
Good job. Okay,
A bunch of
Barry.
weapons. You might say we're
Thank-
murder hobos.
please no. Okay, scimitar and leather armor.
Great, Alex.
Bow and arrows and leather armor.
Okay, great. So if you rolled a weapon, it should tell you whether or not it's one-handed or two-handed. That just means you can't wield a two-hander and a one-hander at the same time. Two one-handed weapons is perfectly acceptable. It tells you the damage, and then some of them have bonus damage. So for example, if you have a great axe, it's a two-handed weapon, obs. It does a d8 of damage, but if you hit someone in the head, it does a d12 of damage because axes, I guess. There's some other stuff like that too. If you rolled for armor, you get +1 hitbox on a random slot, which we're going to determine right now. So at the top of, I'll try to explain this the best that I can for the stream. You guys can see it because I put the picture in the how to do stuff handout. The way that this game works essentially is if someone attacks you, they hit you. They don't have to roll for it. You're a skeleton and you're very slow. They hit you. Once they hit you, you roll, not me, you roll a d10 on this table to see where they hit you. So if you roll a 1, they hit you in the right leg. If you roll a 2, they hit you in the left leg. That goes up to 10 through pelvis, right arm, left arm, torso, and head. Some of these have more than 1 because they're easier to hit. If you get hit once, you mark off one of those boxes, and that limb is damaged and it falls off. You can still get it back. You could pick it back up. You can hit people with it. You could do things with it. If you lose both hitboxes on one of those, it's destroyed. and you can't use it again. You can replace it with other bones that you find scattered around the universe, or with other things that are of appropriate size and shape, but not necessarily bones. You can have one non-bone replacement at any time. But so, anybody that rolled armor, it should say, do we only get leather armor? +1 hitbox on a random slot. So anybody that has that, roll a d10, and you'll get a 3rd hitbox on whatever you roll.
Well, appropriately enough, I got it on the torso.
Okay, so your torso now has 3 boxes. Sean, your right arm now has 3 boxes.
Perfect.
And
That's my
Barry,
directing arm.
your right leg now has 3 boxes. So you can take an extra hit on those
I'm
before they're
alright.
completely destroyed. So that's what that means. Let's see. So yeah, there's other rules. Essentially what you need to know is that if you want to do something, I'll give you a target number. You roll a d10. If you hit it, you do it. If you don't, you don't. For every body part you're missing, you have a -1 to your roll, but we'll get into that later. But yes, essentially, if you get hit, you start losing bones, and then you can put them back on or replace them with other things. And that's kind of the whole premise of this game. So, does anybody have any questions or anything they would like to go over before we start the rules? There's a little handout in Roll20 that's got the important rules on it.
Okay, we only have one non-bone replacement.
Yes, yeah. So you can replace them. You can replace them with bones that are not yours if you lose a limb. So if you just like find a bone, it does say in the rules, fun facts, every human and most animals are full of bones going almost entirely unused. So there's lots of bones out there. But yeah, you can have bone replacements that aren't yours. But you can only have one non-bone.
There is one other step to creating a skeleton. I think we glossed over, according to this handout.
Oh, is it your favorite bone type?
Yep.
Yeah, we should say your favorite bones.
Oh, gosh.
Who has their
Okay.
favorite bone ready to go?
Oh.
I knew Lindsay would. Lindsay, what is Audrey Hipbone's favorite bone?
Sutural bones.
Okay, you want to tell the rest of us what that is?
Sutural bones are the little tiny like inner bones between like the sutures of like your skull, your brain. Your brain's not a bone, silly. So it's the little tiny bones that like fill in the gaps where the other bones fit together.
Those are good bones. I like those bones. See, and also we're gonna learn something today. Who else raised their hand? Joseph, you raised your hand. What's your favorite? What's Hugh Maris's favorite bone?
The patella. That's your
Obviously.
kneecap.
Wish my niece would shut up.
Who else? Barry, David Boney. What's David Boney's favorite bone?
The top 6.
Good. Yes.
Yes, the tailbone.
Yes. Indiana Bones.
I like sesamoid bones because Indiana Jones grew up watching Sesamoid Street. It was his favorite TV show. And a sesamoid bone is a bone that has like muscle or like a tendon in it.
Did you guys just Google weirdest bone names?
No, I learned that from anatomy, from dance
Good job.
anatomy.
Good job. Good job. All right. I need a favorite bone from Rambone and Hart Hansen, creator of the hit TV show Bones.
I think for Rambone, it's got to be the little bones in the inner ear, because those were shot to hell in his life. So they've already taken one hit by the parlance of this game.
Okay. Hart Hansen, creator of the hit TV show Bones.
Thank you for referring to me by my full title.
You
Well, you
asked
know
me to,
how
so I'm gonna
some
do it.
people say they don't have a creative bone in their body?
God.
Well, as the winner of 4 Gemini Awards and
God.
the Austin Film Festival's Outstanding Television Award in 2011, I'd have to say I'm just all creative bones. So that's my favorite bone.
Wow. That answer really tickled my funny bone.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Got it out there before any of you guys could.
Don't worry, we can just say funny bone.
Okay. Anything else? Any questions? No. Okay, remember your favorite bone because it's definitely going to come up again. I'm going to remember all of them and it's going to come up. Here we go. Sorry, I just looked at all your skeleton names again and that really tickles me. Okay. Let us begin. It's a cold, clear night in the Morincaster Mountains. The stars sparkle overhead as the 6 of you sit casually on a cliff's edge at the mouth of a cave. You've just finished your shift guarding the obsidian catacombs for your obnoxious wizard boss, Zaxius the Incorrigible. It was a tough day. You encountered a particularly nasty group of human adventurers, so you take a few minutes to relax, reattach your missing limbs, and take in the night air. From where you sit, you can see for miles, including the icy river that runs from the peak of the spine of the world to its base. It flows past the only other civilization nearby, if you can call it that, the living town below, where the humans are just beginning to extinguish their candles and go to sleep for the night. The town has some name in the ancient human tongue. To skeleton folk, it's just Humansville. As you prepare to return home, you hear a crackling sound behind you, and you turn to see a soft glow in the shape of a skeleton hovering nearby. The familiar voice of Mother, the matriarch of your skeleton clan, speaks to you. My children, I know you are weary, but I have a task for you. The minstrel, Lambert, he's gone missing. We fear he has been taken, or worse, by the humans below. I ask much of you, but you are our best. You must find him and bring him home, even if it is in pieces. And she disappears.
Where'd she go?
I don't know. You know all the special effects.
That's all added in post. I don't know how they do any of that.
You're telling me you don't do any of that?
No, I don't do my own special effects.
Well, that's just disappointing.
Listen, when we were on the set of Bones and coming up with our attack plan for how we were going to make a #1 hit TV network television drama, I said we're going to delegate. Somebody's going to have to interrupt me at some point because I only have so far to go with this thing.
All right, so we're going to go find a minstrel, yeah? Yeah.
To the town.
So I'm going to say you guys all know Lambert. He was a minstrel in life, and like most of you, he continued doing what he loved in death. But I would like to know how all of you feel about Lambert. Do we all love Lambert? Is Lambert somebody's best friend or brother? Well, he does now.
Well, I love him then.
Okay, this is Lambert the minstrel who plays the trombone.
I've never been a big fan. He does that wah, wah, wah thing all the time. I just can't.
That's why he's amazing. He just follows you and goes, wah, 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 wah.
I love him. He means well.
He's alright, but I much prefer his best friend Eskel. That's Skull.
Wah, wah, wah.
Anybody else have
Like
strong feelings about Lambert?
He owes me $20.
Okay.
You wish you had him on your show.
All right. So some mixed feelings about Lambert, but you have been given a direct
That's
order
Canadian dollars, by the way.
request.
So it's not much money then. Can't he just say sorry to you and you're fine?
You gather up your adventuring gear and you go down and down the mountain toward Humansville. So Humansville, as you know it, is this small village of humans that live a couple of miles below the cave where you work. Yeah, it's relatively small. It sits right on this sort of mountain river. The river flows right through the center of it. I don't know that any of you have ever been there. You have seen it from very far away, and occasionally some of the humans of Humansville will send up their best adventurers to try to raid the cave of the wizard, Zaxius the Incorrigible. But you generally always prevail, and sometimes you get some cool stuff from them. So, have a little map of the town. Boop, boop. Nothing's labeled because you don't know what's in it, and honestly, neither do I. So, we'll get to that. How would you approach said human town?
Do humans speak skeleton? We just ask for Lambert back.
Well, I feel David should handle this since, he was a human.
It's Devad.
David.
Devad.
Listen, it's just like Hart. I'm not going to say his whole name. You David.
Okay.
I like this idea. Kind of starts off small. We can ramp up the tension from there. They'll say no. They start attacking. Then we fight back and kind of build to an eventual climax.
I say we sneak in under the veil of night.
And then we ask them.
The lighting's going to be harder on that one.
You just
can
put a
fix
blue
it in
filter on
post.
it. It's fine.
Right.
So
So
can
we
we
just-
speak human or...
I do have a +1 to speaking, so I assume so.
I could just jazz hands it up and just.
Is that a human
That's it.
custom?
It's a human skeleton custom.
Jazz
It's custom
hands.
skill. I don't think anyone else can do this. I can just throw my arm and run. But not my leg with my thigh high boot.
So, just walking up, asking.
But at
Probably
night.
not the best at night,
at
of
night.
course.
So they
Of
don't
course,
see us.
yes.
Okay. And then we
That's
try
what
sneaking
Indiana
in.
said. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I think we look better in the red light.
Okay. I'll trust you on that one.
What about costuming? That might help with some of the lighting issues.
Does anyone have any costumes?
Like I said, I got my thigh high boot.
Okay. That's one piece of one costume.
Well, according to skeleton culture tradition, I'm gonna roll for this. Because I have no idea how else to use being a skeleton ancestry skeleton. What do I roll for doing things? A D10?
Savannah, you're muted if you're talking.
Yeah, dude.
Yes, a D10 is what I
Great.
said.
I'm gonna roll for I don't know what yet.
Okay,
For skeleton tradition.
sure.
It's a 9.
Okay, that's very good.
According to skeleton tradition.
What do you want to know about skeleton tradition?
How does one approach humans in historical skeleton stories and fables? It has been told of in the past. I know it.
Don't.
Great.
Well, they always approach us with their weapons raised. So what if we did that? Maybe that's a hello.
Well, I mean, if that's the route we want to take, I grab my great axe and I start marching towards the town.
That sounds right. I like this. I like this idea.
Okay.
What if they
who-
have one of those little four-legged furry things which like eating us?
Oh, I love those. They're so soft.
Eat it back.
Okay,
No.
maybe we could wear it.
I've seen them wear fur before.
We can use it as a disguise.
Yeah, we can dress you up as one.
Yes.
Shall we look for one of them for something to put Indiana Bones in?
I'm just gonna give him a traditional human greeting, and again, keeps marching with the axe.
Okay, so Hugh just walks away, axe in the air.
I follow Hugh with my great axe in tow.
Oh god, I forgot you also had a great axe.
I'm assuming is about twice my size.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna follow Indiana with my great axe in tow.
Anyone else got a fucking great axe, or?
Does anyone have a spare scimitar so I can walk with 2 scimitars?
Oh, here, you can use mine.
Thank you, Indiana Bones.
Okay. So the parade of great axes goes through.
We can be heroes.
David Boney not far behind, waving 2 scimitars. Rambone and Hart Hansen, creator of the TV show Bones.
I want to get a good angle on this. I don't actually want to be there with anyone when this goes badly. I want to just get a good shot from maybe this. Is there like a nice hillside I can get a near the town? Yeah, I just want to get a good view of it.
Yeah, it's the walk down is pretty. It's not hilly necessarily because you're on the side of a mountain, but you can find kind of an overhang kind of before you get to the town to get a good angle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad Hart is coming with us because he's the best at speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, where is he?
Who's Hart?
I think he's getting a wide-angle shot, is what he calls it, of the whole town for the
But he's
intro.
the one that's good at speaking. Who's going to ask for Lambert now?
I mean, I can kind of speak. I can shout at them real good.
I can ask him a question or two.
Yes, that sounds right. Then more people can hear us, and we can ask the question.
Axe.
Rambone, are you also waving a weapon around?
I mean, I'm probably, my bow's slung across my back and I've got like 2 arrows.
Okay.
So I'm just, but
I do like that you're literally one of the only ones without a great axe. This is very good.
Yeah. I'm the one that's good at hitting and I don't have a melee weapon.
I'm going to say hitting also applies to bows.
You can just use the bow as a melee weapon and just...
Yeah, you could probably do that. Okay, so Hart Hansen, creator of the hit TV show Bones, you post up with your bow, waiting.
Oh, I don't have a bow.
Oh, I thought you had said you had a bow.
No.
God, you guys have so much stuff.
I have a dagger, so
okay,
totally
well, you
useful
just
from
hide
this range.
on a cliffside and watch everyone walk through.
Are there mountains nearby I can get some sweeping footage of?
You are on a mountain.
But it's hard to see the mountain while you're standing on it.
It's a whole mountain range.
Okay. Then yes, I get some nice footage of the mountain too. I assume I have a camera. Otherwise, none of this makes sense.
No, you don't.
I assume I have something that looks like a camera.
In your mind, you have a camera.
Okay, that works.
You just got your hand going and you just...
Yes.
Yes.
Hart Hansen has an eidetic memory, I guess.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you remember all of it. Very good. Yeah, so you do that, and the rest of your skeleton crew. I didn't even do that one on purpose.
Yeah.
That's what we're calling it for the rest of the time. Walk up toward the entrance to the town. You can see kind of in the town there are a few windows lit in the human hamlets with their candles. You know them to leave their candles burning long into the darkness of the night before they snuff them out to go to sleep, which is just very strange to you. I just imagine that skeletons are usually up all night. You all sort of have the short shrift because you work the day shift, I guess. But you march down toward the town, Hugh out front, everyone else sort of parading behind in a skeleton parade. And from the, as you get close, Hugh, you see 2 humanoid-shaped figures. They're like skeletons, but a little bulkier. You guys know what humans look like. I don't know why I'm doing this bit. On either side of the, it's not gated, but this kind of arched entrance to this village. And you hear some shouting from that direction as they immediately draw their swords from their hips and kind of brandish them your way.
Oh, you were right. They are saying hello back.
Yeah, see?
Yay.
See?
Woo.
All right, so I'm going to give him a human hello, and I run up, and I'm going to axe one of them while saying, do you know where Lampert is?
Okay, I'm gonna put on some more exciting music. Hang on.
This is going to be a short one-shot.
Great, we just kill all the humans. Hey, I don't plan to answer these. All right, so you yell out, do you know where Lambert is? And swing your great axe at a human. So go ahead and roll me a d10. I think the toughness of these particular humans is train. You caught him off guard. I'm gonna say a 4.
They're not the best guards if we just marched in
I
and
was
caught them
gonna
off
say.
guard. It's like,
We caught them off guard by
"Nah."
stomping down a mountain brandishing weapons.
Well, I don't think they expected animated skeletons. Listen, I can make it higher if you guys want.
No, you're doing great,
it's
Savvy.
tough.
You're doing
It's good.
great.
Yeah, fantastic. Maybe they're a little bit too tough.
First encounter. Oh, Hugh, what'd you roll?
I got a 2.
That's not enough. All right,
with
so what happens is you miss, and I'll tell you about that in a second. So when you roll to hit and something, I don't know, you don't do very good. There's rules for like damage and things like that, but we haven't got to that part yet. So you miss. So you see Hugh go kind of charging down the hill, great axe drawn. You hear him yell out about asking where Lambert is, and just cleave down towards this human. The human sort of hops out of the way to the side, and the axe kind of buries itself in the wood of the arch at the entrance to this village. And the rest of you.
I follow Hugh's lead, but I go for the other human with my great axe.
Yeah, roll a d10.
One.
Also, you do, yeah. The same thing. I think you go to sort of swing the great axe, and it's very, very large. Indiana Bones on this great axe, about twice the size of your body. So you swing it very low, consistently, and I think the human just kind of hops up in the air over it and lands back on the ground and is looking at you, sword drawn.
I join Indiana Bones and claim maybe they don't speak Dwarvish or Godward. I'll try human.
Yes.
Human has to work. A 4.
That's a 4. That's our toughness. So
They speak human.
you have 2 scimitars.
Yes.
I think. Okay. Yes. So you. Oh God, what are all of your names? David Boney. Sort of swing the 2 scimitars at once. So this is where we get into damage and things like that. So your scimitars have a damage dice. I don't know what it is. Yeah. Go ahead and roll me 1d6.
Only hit with 1.
No, you can hit with 2. That's fine. Because I'm kind of doing combat wrong because I read a thing wrong, but we're going to do it right next time.
8.
That's like a million. Yeah, so here, we'll go ahead and fix it right now. So go ahead and roll for me on I'll just use the d10 that you rolled because that's easier. So you rolled a 4. So I'm gonna look at the thing. So you bring your scimitars down and just completely sever this human's right arm. And it falls to the ground. And very shortly after, so does he. So one of them is out of action.
I don't think this right arm matches Lambert. He didn't have to capture him.
He's doing that thing where they pretend to be dead.
I'm up on the hillside and I realize that none of this footage is going to be usable because we don't have the right lighting. And so I just start running down the hill going, cut, we got to reset.
Cut! And then I'm going to try and hit the other human.
Great. We're going to do combat right because I read the rules right this time.
Great!
There's... I'm making sure that I'm doing this right because there's much complication in the combat rules that I did not account for when I read them. So go ahead and roll me a d10 and we'll see if you hit.
8.
Yep, super. So now you will roll your damage, and the 8 is versus the difficulty to hit them. The damage is versus their toughness. 2 different numbers.
Great.
So go ahead and roll whatever your weapon's damage is.
Okay.
What weapon do you have? Is it a great axe?
Great axe, 5.
Okay, so yes, so that's more than their toughness. So you, with a third great axe swing, go ahead, and I don't want to have to roll again. We'll fix this next time. Yeah, we'll do an 8 as the left arm, so we'll go ahead and do on the other arm. So almost simultaneously with the other arm being chopped off, you bring the great axe down right on the shoulder of the left arm of this other human, and his arm goes flying, and he is also taken out of commission.
He's just screaming. He's not saying anything about Lambert.
Maybe these ones don't know.
Maybe they are Lambert. And I'll try and pull the arm out of the flesh so we understand.
But you know what Lambert looks like.
But maybe they put flesh on him.
Why would they do that? That's horrible.
To hide him. Because he's such a great minstrel. Do they have any minstrels
Search for a
in this
trombone.
town?
Start searching for a trombone.
All right, we're gonna have to redo that whole shot there. So let's see if we can get. I just want to bend down the guys. You still awake, buddy? You still awake? Start poking him in the head.
Can I slap him with his
Still
own
there.
arm?
I try to put his arm back on.
I think we're gonna have to get new
Doesn't
stunt doubles for that one.
I assume I can't recruit him as a zombie. No, is
Human
that not how this works?
conversations really
No.
end suddenly.
No, that's not it. I don't
All right.
think.
We're gonna have to cast from who we have in the town then. So I guess while we're looking for Lambert,
Yeah, we'll
do some
find some
auditions.
folks. I think there's a house over there.
Yeah, let's do some auditions.
Lambert, if you can hear us, play your trombone.
Yes, you do not find a trombone on either of these two humans. All right. So you continue into the town. Audrey Hipbone sort of taking the front, calling out to Lambert and his famous trombone. And yes, you sort of enter the town. I think there are at the windows of some of the homes, you can see kind of the figures of humans looking out into the darkness, trying to figure out what the yelling and rattling and commotion was. Let's see.
Try and look through the window back at them.
Yep, they immediately do some variations of screaming and crying and shutting their windows and locking their doors as you walk through the main street.
David, what does that mean? What did they say?
They said, shit. And then I don't remember what that means.
Oh.
Do they need to defecate? Is that a thing they need to do? Is that why they're saying it?
Oh, it's
Probably.
So gross.
It's probably that time of night. They probably had some food and then
Having flesh is so gross.
well, it can't just fall through you. It's got to. It's just
Disgusting. It's just gross.
Just knocking on the door, like, hello. I need some. I'm looking for stunt up. Do you have any 8x10s?
Is the door
No.
stuck? Heart, is it stuck?
I think so.
I'm gonna swing my axe at the door.
So we're not in Fantasy Canada where they leave all the doors unlocked.
I think we should go find people. Where do people go this time of night?
I just saw them in the hole in the wall.
Is there a tavern here? Like an inn? I see those, and they get in fights and stuff, and they throw things through windows, and
Is
Oh,
that
so
good?
are we shooting a Western? Is
yeah,
that what's going
that's kind of how this is going, right?
It's a Canadian
wait.
Western.
I'm working with what I can because this is fantasy. I mostly shoot modern sort of thrillers.
Instead of a
In
spaghetti
hindsight-
western, is it a maple western or a syrup western?
And I think thriller is a bit of a stretch of a word. Like, just putting it out there.
Dramas. How about that?
You shot something. Should we probably wear their clothes of the dead people? Or is...
I'm not wearing
Right.
it. It's all wet.
You know what? I think me and Indiana should. These should
I
be
don't
us,
think we
right?
killed someone.
Yeah.
No offense, but maybe
So I
if
just
one of you
start putting
stood.
on.
Dress me up like a baby.
Yeah.
What if you stand on his shoulders? Like, what are you, two skeletons in a trench coat?
We're definitely not two skeletons in a trench coat. We're one human being in a trench coat.
I put Indy on my shoulders. And then we put the coats over us.
Okay, you put Indiana Bones on your shoulders, Hugh, and you put the uniform on. It is missing one sleeve.
No, I'll cut. We'll take the sleeve off one of them.
Stick your leg, or not your leg, your arm. Stick your arm in, so it's like you're missing an arm. You're like a war torn.
You're the one on top, Indiana.
Oh yeah, I'm telling myself to do it. You know I like to speak to myself.
Okay. There's gotta be
It's like
something
narration.
that I can make you roll for. Please roll for me, someone, a d10 for disguising yourself. Also, Audrey did say she put her axe through a door, so
I did.
I'm gonna have you roll a d10. I feel like it's easy for you to hit a door with a great axe. I just want to know how much of the door is left.
That's a 7.
None of it. Okay, great. What Indiana Bones? What you got?
For my disguise, I rolled a 9.
Good, of course.
Do I get +1 to sneaking? Does that count? Is that the
Yep,
same?
sure.
Nice.
Not that you needed on this. So yeah, these two things happening simultaneously during this conversation. The two of you, Hugh and Indiana, put the guard's uniform sort of over the two of you, one stacked on top of the other. You do still have a goblin skeleton head, but you rolled very good, so probably he has a cowl of some kind that you can use to hide that nonsense. So you look great. It's very convincing. And in the meantime, you all sort of, as this conversation is going on, hear this cracking of wood as Audrey has sort of put her axe very heavily through the door, kind of talked to you over her shoulder for a little bit. And then as you go, Audrey, to sort of pull the axe back, the door just kind of comes off its hinges.
Oh, excuse me, I require a dressing room.
That's adorable.
You just hear screaming from inside the house, and I think around one side, one of them is like climbing out the window to run away.
Someone accost that one. He's fleeing.
Excuse
Clearly
me,
knows how
sir.
Lambert is.
Excuse me. Can I have a moment of your time?
I guess roll to try to get him to stop.
I do have a +1 to speaking.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
I'm gonna have to talk to somebody at some point.
Yeah, you will. Please roll a d10.
That's a 4.
Yeah, I know. He's seen a lot. He just sort of goes kind of screaming off into the night, deeper into the town.
Voice
I'd
wasn't
like to
right
go
anyway.
in the house.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go steal some clothes.
Okay. You go into the house. The rest of the family, I think, is like cowering in one corner.
Hello.
They don't wave
Right,
back.
go looking for some clothes as well.
All right, so the two of you sort of head in, kind of digging through. Yeah, you find some pretty standard stuff. Just kind of casual peasant wear.
From the plebeian line this spring.
There's some trousers and some shirts and
It's better than that formal
boots.
peasant wear.
You know, casual wear. They have a few things that you can sort of distribute among.
Hart, is this
amongst
fitting?
yourselves.
Sort of like adjusted. I'm not thrilled about the color, but it doesn't look like we have a lot of options here.
It does really blanch me, doesn't it?
Yeah. We'll go with it. We'll kind of clean it up in post.
Okay. I'm
Grandpa,
taking this door with me.
what are you wearing, Grandpa?
I mean, I have my leather armor.
Not have thigh-high boots.
Yeah. I need something I can move around in case I need
Can I
to
find
do the
a
action
moo-moo?
rolls.
Is there a moo to put on him?
Yep.
Because he's an orc, he seems big. Yeah.
a large,
shall we-
sort of flowing maxi dress.
Okay, if it's just a sheet, I cut a hole in.
No, it's nice.
Okay.
It's blue.
He gets the nicest casual peasant wear they have.
Mhm. Cinches at the waist.
The nicest thing they own, and you're just taking it.
Yeah, it's cute.
They do it to us all the time. That
Fair
Have you
enough.
seen Lambert? Does they understand skeleton talk? Have we determined if they understood us?
They just keep screaming. Screaming in human.
Can we scream back at them?
I'm something
Oh,
of a
yeah.
shouter. I can try shouting back at them, and so
Yeah.
I
Do
will,
it.
I will go to this cowering family
Okay.
and just go, Lambert, skeleton like us, have you seen them?
Okay, yes. Please roll something. Please roll the 1 dice there is in this game.
That's
I
a
was hoping-
9.
Oh my god, why?
Pretend to play the trombone with the arm.
Okay. This happens, and it's a mother and her 2 children, and one of them is a little human girl, probably not older than 7 years old, and the family's sort of cowering in the corner, but they don't scream, and the little girl kind of looks like at her family, and she looks at you, and then she stands up and she gets real brave and she says, "Go away!"
I will once you tell me where you keep the other skeletons in your town.
We don't have any skeletons. And you're mean.
I'm gonna tell you a secret. There's a skeleton inside you right now.
Is it Lambert?
No, Lambert was
Duffy,
bigger.
no!
She's too small.
So wait, their father jumped out the window and ran and left his family behind. Is that
That's
what we
the
just got?
fiction that I just created, yes.
I'm gonna kneel down between Rambone and the little girl to try to get the best.
We're just screaming at each
Yeah.
other.
That's okay. Maybe we can cut the hands off the 2 arms and we can just have them taped together for you, so you don't need to keep doing this.
That's a great.
You can just walk around and hold it up to really get.
So, am I seeing anything? Because I just assume that Hugh and I are literally just standing there in our guard uniform, just
Yeah.
watching this. Like in the middle, we're just in the middle of the street, just standing there watching the chaos unfold.
I'm waiting for direction.
Sure, yeah. You see the rest of the town stretched out in front of you, down this road that kind of winds alongside the river that cuts through the center of town. On either side, there's a lot of homes. There are a couple of larger buildings that you can imagine are stores or taverns or any other things that humans might have. And then toward the end of the road, there is this large bridge type structure going over the river, kind of connecting one side of the town to the other, and on top of it is the nicest building in town. It's this large kind of black stone building that has several spires pointing up toward the sky.
That looks like their dungeon. Maybe that's where he is.
You're like peeking out through like a
Yeah, it's
buttonhole.
You just keep your fly down so we can see out. Just...
Look, guys, I think we're wasting our time here. We should probably move on.
Yeah, I think we have as much footage here as we need. Good work, Rambone. That's good. And you.
We haven't got any feet yet, though.
And you, little girl, what's your name?
Sally.
Sally. You big things, Sally. You're gonna do big things. You've got what it takes. If you want to get out of this town and get some work elsewhere, just here's my card.
Make your bones, if you will.
Yeah.
Where do you store the cards? Do you have pockets in your pelvis?
I think they're in my skull. I think I pull it out of my mouth and just.
That's horrifying.
Oh,
You're like a
so
magician.
You're literally just a magician.
Oh my god.
He is a
Okay,
wizard
yeah,
with that camera.
She takes it, but she looks at you sort of horrified.
Well, I'm taking this door with me.
You're gonna be a star, man.
All right,
Take
Audrey
the
leaves with her
birdies
axe and a door.
Are we taking the door with us too, or should we reset?
I just said I'm taking the door with me.
Okay,
Yeah,
just making sure.
Hugh and Indiana, you'd
Can I
see
keep Sally?
Audrey come.
No.
No, she probably has an agent. We're gonna have to work through them first. So
We could be the agent. Just
Yeah, I'd imagine with that kind of talent, she's probably equity, so we'll have to talk to her equity rep.
maybe her agent's the one that climbed out the window. We'll find him later.
Did I hear that you guys found a dungeon?
Yeah, over this way. And I just start awkwardly marching with Indy on my shoulders.
And I'm like, as we go along, I'm like, all right, a little to the left,
All right.
a little to the right. Perfect.
Left foot, right foot, left foot.
All right.
So we walk.
Yes.
Do we want to head to the Spire Tower building, or do we want to try out an inn or a tavern?
Is it the same thing?
We could get a good like fight scene if we're going for a western, but if we're going for a bit more of like a fantasy epic,
Well, how has the creator of the TV
we should hit the dungeon.
What do we do?
So there's a dungeon, like what are we looking at? Like a door going down,
Black
or
spires.
the spires? The dungeon.
Yeah, I point them to the big spire.
Is there some
building.
ominous like clouds above it with like lightning crackling and stuff?
No,
We can add those in post.
It's not. It's actually really nice looking.
I don't have to do.
I actually don't see any clouds in the sky. Maybe we can come back later, like wait for the right weather.
Yeah, let's go wait for a couple days and wait till we get the right weather.
No, nope. Lambert's still here.
Forgot about Lambert.
How
Yeah,
could you
Mother-
forget about Lambert? Heart.
he owes you $20 Canadian.
That's right, that bastard.
Just
How are we supposed to
aggressively
pay for this
upset.
production without your $20 Canadian?
I know, right? That's a fortune. Let's go. Hey,
Sally charges at least 30. You don't even have enough to pay for Sally, yet alone this whole.
I'm working on it, okay?
So wait, we aren't getting paid for this?
To the dungeon.
To the dungeon.
Okay.
Hi ho, Humerus, and away!
All right. So you all head off toward this large building. In the distance, the path, again, most people sort of shying away from you. As the path kind of winds past the river, you make it to the bridge, and on top of it, where sits this large sort of black stone building with spires pointing towards the sky. As you get closer, would any of you know what a temple is? Anybody a paladin in a past life? Anybody?
Well, I'm sure in skeleton lore.
Well, let's find out.
I was a bard.
I was a dung farmer. My father was a dung farmer. His father was a dung farmer.
But his father was a lord.
His father was a lawyer. We don't talk about him.
All right. With a 6, let's see. All right. Yes. I think you have sort of encountered talk of these human temples. I don't know that skeletons have gods or religion. Maybe they do. What do you think?
I know
We make no
humans have-
bones about that.
Who's to say?
I know humans have temples beside like their eyes. Like that's a temple.
But yeah, you, I think, have heard of these temples before. You know a little bit. I don't know. You know any specific deities or anything? You know some humans, and some of them sort of carry this over after death when they become skeletons, like yourself. Carry these connections to what they call gods or deities or higher beings that in life they drew power and also comfort from, and temples are the buildings in which they go to pay them money and talk to them.
It's like having a wizard, but you can't see them, and they're supposedly nice.
Wasn't Hart Hansen that who created Two-Shaped Bones pretty much a god?
Yes. Yes,
I think I was too in my past.
You know, when you're behind the camera and you have that outlet there, you really do have that, just the control over. You create universes.
Rambo, can you take this door off of my axe so I can get that one?
It is a much nicer door.
I think every so often Hart's probably still talking for 5 minutes and just all walked up.
I want to keep this door. It goes with my outfit. I'm gonna try and chop down this door.
All right, roll for door chopping.
I don't know why I keep doing this. I'm not good at this.
If we still think it's a dungeon, I'm
You're not bad at it. It's just a D10.
It's a 5.
Yeah, it's a door. I mean,
it's just yeah.
Yeah. What is great axe damage? It's like a lot.
It's D8.
Yeah, roll
Unless
a D8.
it's to heads. Oh, okay.
Well, this is not a head.
Are you sure?
It's a
Go
door.
for the head, Audrey. Go for the head.
It's a 4. Perfectly mediocre.
Yeah, that feels like enough for a door. So yeah, I think you go ahead and hit the door. This time maybe so it doesn't get stuck, you kind of at the last second turn the axe and hit it with the flat side so it kind of just falls inward. So now you have a door that's off its hinges, but it's not as damaged.
See, it's a very pretty door.
Like this game, off its hinges.
I walk in with Indy because we are the normal human.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm going to pretend to be their captured slave.
I'm going to jump into a bush and hide.
I'm in
You said
common
captive.
clothes.
I thought you said they're captain. That changes things.
I could be their captain in my common peasant clothes. My casual peasant clothes.
You have to have a captain name. Like Captain Jack Marrow.
Okay, just call me that then.
Okay, that's happening. Yes. So the fake guard, the two of you, and David Boney, dressed as Captain Jack Marrow. I guess.
In his casual common
I can't believe you guys all did bone name puns, and now you're doing fake names that are also bone puns.
Bone is life.
I've lost the plot of this game.
There's a plot?
Yeah. No. So you walk into this temple after Audrey has knocked the door off its hinges. It is currently empty on the inside. You see this large interior stone room with a few windows cut out here and there. There are pews covering about half of this space. Some of it is empty with sort of sculptures and things that people are sort of going to and leaving tribute and all that. And at the far end of the hall, you see this large sculpture that is plated in gold. And it is sort of in the form of a skeletal arm, like a forearm, so from the elbow up to the phalanges, holding on to a set of scales. Not dragon scales, but like the kind you weigh things with.
What have they done to Lambert?
It's huge. I don't know if you guys know how big Lambert was.
I've never really paid attention to him. I just paid attention to the trombone.
Huge. It's about 7 feet tall.
But you gotta be pretty buff to handle a trombone like he does.
Rambo.
God damn it. I can't believe I let you guys give him a trombone. Go on.
Maybe we could build Lambert if we find more parts. I'm assuming we can't attach this part to us, so we just have a 7-foot arm with scales. One could train.
So do they worship us here? Then why do they scream?
Maybe they're just intimidated. Maybe they're a vengeful god. You're right.
Maybe we carried scales around. They recognize us as they are.
That's right. We don't have the right equipment for this.
We need some scales.
How big are these scales?
Very large.
We could
Very
probably make
large
some.
or
Like-
very large?
Like so big. Just you wouldn't believe. Carrying them around would be a burden. Because you'd also have to separate them.
So we'd be
from
under
the-
pressure?
Mhm.
Maybe if we just found a smaller scale.
We need a 2 scale.
To scale down the scope of our ambition.
Listen, if we got one more pun, Joe, like I'm turning off the feed. I'm walking away. Somebody else.
Rattle
can
me
run this.
bones!
What if we take the door and we whittle it into a bunch of replica scales and we can all walk around? No? Okay, never mind.
Don't we have to go through like merchandising first? Do a whole like test run?
But technically we're gods, so we can do what we want, right? Maybe we can
Yeah.
ask them for a scale.
Yeah,
Lambert, are you in here? I actually care about finding you.
I'm
I'm
gonna
pretty
go.
sure as authority figures, we can do whatever we want.
Gonna go check behind the altar, see if they just have like little mini scales behind there.
I'm gonna make the
Okay.
argument it's public domain scales. I mean, they can't be. Yeah,
So
I'm
it-
sure it's fine.
Yeah.
Are they even? Are they level?
Yes, they're balanced.
I really don't like that. Art isn't
Rambone,
balanced.
roll for looking for things.
Okay.
Roll for having eyes.
You
Well,
That's a
do.
10, so,
Rambone is a skeleton, but he actually has eyeballs. Horrifying.
Yeah, but
He took them from
so
those guards.
I guess if
Ah.
you roll a 10, it says roll another d10 and add it.
Yes.
Well, that's a 1. That's
163.
So yeah, that is a rule moving forward. If you do roll a 10 on the d10, you get to roll another d10 and add it to it, just as a fuck you, I guess.
Because it
But,
says your target number can only be 1 to 10.
Well, I will say the toughness scale goes up to 12. Dragons are a 12 according to this game, so there you go. But yeah, you rolled for finding a bunch of scales, so I guess you do. Like, I feel
You
like
find
you.
a dragon.
I feel like you have to. So yeah, you find sort of tucked away behind the altar and kind of a fancy cabinet type deal. I don't really know what anything is called in a church, but you find a few sets, I guess 6 sets of these kind of wooden carved sort of small versions of scales, and some of them I think have like ash in them, like maybe they use them to burn incense or something that you might do in a fantasy church. But yeah, you find them.
I'll just grab them and start tossing them out to everyone. And while I'm behind the altar, is there a door down into some catacombs behind the giant gilded skeleton arm, or?
Nope.
I have at this point pulled the clothes off of me, but kept Indy on my shoulders.
Okay.
Now we're naked.
Yeah.
Sometimes you sound like Kermit, and sometimes you sound like Tommy Pickles, and
Other times it's a mixture. It's not right.
It's okay. Eventually I'll land on a character voice.
you don't need one. I don't know why you're all doing voices.
It's infectious though, because I didn't even start with one and I keep morphing into
You guys are
something
just
that
doing
sounds
them.
like...
It's because you're all
Sorry, I'm just-
incredible.
This is just Australian accent.
Yeah.
It's enough for the rest of us,
Wow,
trust me.
your Australian dialect's really good. Where'd you go to school?
Australia.
Oh wow, you have lots of
On location.
on location training.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa.
Wow.
We know that Hart Hansen creative hit TV show Bones never did on location in Australia.
Oh my god.
Now I have to go through my filmography. Hold on.
Okay, so yes, you're in this temple.
No, we have to wait for me to go through all these before.
I wait for no
I'm
undead
feeling
man.
they may have though.
I'm gonna
You're
take my
all-
door.
Yes, you take your door. What do you do,
Which
Audrey?
door?
You care about this quest, right?
Which door? I just
I'm
want to
gonna
sound the
take this
trombone.
door. I'm just gonna carry it. I'm just carry the door and the scales in the other hand, And I'm just gonna go out in the street and just start yelling again. Lambert!
Which
Okay.
door did you take, though? The one you
The pretty door from the front of the church. I've come looking for Lambert
Well,
And I
Hugh,
will
I
not
guess we
leave.
should go help her.
without answers.
All right. I just start comping out that way.
Wait, do we want to put our clothes back on?
Nah, we're
Okay.
gods.
You're right. We are
Okay.
gods.
So
Why?
This is what it must feel like to be hot hands.
all right, so Audrey and Indy and
Audrey, do you need help shouting?
Yes!
and
My voice is very soft.
and Hugh and Rambone all go out into the street and just start shouting in this rattling, scraping chorus of bones, shouting for Lambert and
Lambert
Audrey.
would tell me if we started dancing in the street.
I just feel like the original plan was to shout and get as many people to hear us as possible. So that we could ask more people where Lambert is. So Lambert!
All right,
But
so
he's playing
they're
the trombone. We won't hear him.
they're out in the street shouting. The other
Hot
two
hands.
of you, God, all of your names have the word bone in them, and I can't parse them. David Boney and Hart Hansen, creator of the hit TV show Bones. What are
Yes.
you doing?
Reminiscing on his filmography.
I'm. No, I would like to use my. I get a bonus to movement that I'm trying to figure out how to bring into this somehow.
Okay.
So what I would like
Tap
to
dancing.
do. That's one option, but I kind of use the proficiency with movement as sort of like an embodiment, kind of the use of the body. So I would like to try to perfectly replicate the statue or some sort of like godlike persona depiction in order to add some like clarity or authority to our shouting and our current demands.
Okay. When you say the statue,
The big thing with the skeleton.
The
hand
single
and
arm.
just an arm.
Yeah, it is. But I'm kind of like I'm trying to imagine like what would the body that was connected to that arm look like?
Okay,
and
yeah.
how would it be
roll
holding
for
itself?
roll for sculpture work, I guess.
Okay.
Can he get an advantage if I try and make sure the scale's level?
Please roll for BFA.
That's a 6.
Yeah, that seems like it enough to be able to do this exercise. So
Going back to my theater roots and
Yep.
yeah.
yeah, you just keep on down that road. It's a good
The
one.
scale's not level. Gosh.
I can't wait to hear more of your depictions of things that I know about.
It's
So
gonna be
yes.
bad.
God, that's the good part though. Hart Hansen, creator of the hit TV show Bones, goes out and sort of strikes this very statuesque pose with the sort of upheld scales in one strong skeleton hand,
Mhm.
while the rest of you are shouting.
Okay.
David Boney, what are you doing?
Me gold paint.
You need gold paint. Okay.
You got to make his arm gold so then I can really tell it's.
Okay, please roll a d10.
Just having to find gold paint. It's just one of those-
Roll a D10 for object manifestation.
Well, that's what happened with the scales, and you found them. God damn it. Okay. Yeah.
It's a 9.
They were just restoring the temple and the filigree work.
That's exactly what was happening. So yeah, you find this sort of painting set off to one side, just kind of tucked into a little alcove where someone has like left it for the night, and they'll come
I
back
prayed to
tomorrow.
myself and I found it. It's like, oh man.
All right, I'm glad. I love this religion that we're creating, and I want to keep going down this path. So yeah, David Boney comes out of the temple to this shouting, and I assume paints Hart
Hart
Hansen,
Hansen,
creator of the
hit
TV show Bones.
Bones. Would it just be your arm that's gold? or would
No,
it be
entire
gold?
body,
All of it.
all gold.
Okay.
A
Okay.
skeletal Oscar.
Okay.
Yes.
I found this globe. Should we paint that as well to make it a golden globe, or we just?
Yes. That's in my.
Is
other
there
hand.
anybody, any human around? Has anybody?
There
responded?
will be in a second once I'm
Great.
gonna have Rambone roll for shouting +1 plus who else is shouting? 2. I don't know. Add 3 to it because there's more shouting, I guess.
Then that brings it up to a 7.
Okay, that's a lot. Great. which I love. So as David Boney is sort of painting Heart, Hands, and Creator of the hit TV show Bones gold, as you hold up these scales, this chorus of skeletal shouting sort of settles over the town. I think you see people kind of come back to their windows and kind of peek out, and eventually you see coming from the other side of the bridge, Rambone headed straight toward you, a human, or as far as you could tell, a humanoid figure of some sort, in a black hood and a black sort of robe type deal, kind of walking very ominously across the bridge. And they sort of walk up toward you and they stop a few feet away, and they just stand there as you yell.
Hey, yo,
shout.
Grim, is that you? I don't know anyone else in the black hood.
Buddy!
Do you know where they took Lambert?
They take their hood down, and you see a human with, like the skin and the rest of the stuff, not just the skeleton.
The skin and
but
the stuff.
That's not Grim.
the skin and the
That
stuff.
is not Grim.
The stuff the humans have. But on their face, they have this sort of rudimentary face paint kind of across their mouth and the top part across their eyes and everything that is sort of painted in the form of a skull.
They're wearing bone face? Really?
In the year of our Lord 2019?
Well, everybody, that's going to be the end of our stream. Thank you for watching.
Choice in these guys.
Oh my God.
The rest
so
of this
funny.
is just going to be a racial sensitivity seminar.
Jesus Christ on a
Gonna
cracker.
get the whole village together and be like, this is not cool, guys.
Now, I am not qualified to host that, so here we go. Oh my God, that was so funny. Okay. Yes, you see this person with sort of a skeletal face painted on their face. And in this sort of raspy voice, they say, "The bones."
Oh, so now you're just
Yes.
objectifying us.
Yeah, that's us.
They speak.
I just worked
Yeah,
out.
we
I would
do.
be
Yeah,
seeing
and so do you.
golden units
Yeah.
while painting. Handsome.
But just because we're skeletons, that means we can't talk.
It's rude.
This will please him. You wish to see the bones.
Is she talking about Lambert now?
I think she's
We
talking about
are-
other bones.
We are the bones.
We
might be
demand tribute.
Your work is better behind the camera, I'm gonna be honest.
It's got good bones.
Take us to your master.
If there is a lock, then there must be a key.
We are your bona fide gods here.
What is this reference? What are you referencing?
Supernatural.
Okay.
Please roll for speaking, which I guess I have to mechanically give you a +1 to.
Yes.
He's painted gold, emulating a statue.
Did you hear him?
That's an 8.
Yeah, that's very good. Okay. God, you guys are rolling like fucking fire. Yeah, so Hard Hands and Creator of the hit TV show Bones, you say this wonderful line that you have said, and just the delivery. I mean, everybody, the delivery is just, it's incredible. Like, you have to wonder
If
why.
I had tear ducts.
Like, you do have to wonder why he's not in front of the camera.
My jaw literally drops to the floor.
You
We
wish
had
you
Let me
breath
knew.
get that
that
for
would
you.
be taken.
You wish you knew what a camera was, so you could put Heart, Hands, and Creator of the HBO Bones in front of it.
Do I have any gold paint left to start painting the others, even if they don't know I'm painting?
Do
no,
not touch
it's
this.
no, you're done. The paint's gone. But Heart looks amazing, and you do this, and there's like silence, and as David Boney sort of picks his jaw literally up off the ground, the figure sort of pulls from their robe this golden, like very large chain with an amulet on the end in the shape of two balanced scales with a skeletal hand holding onto them, and then pulls their hood back up and says, "Follow me, Bones."
All right, Hugo, take us away.
Okay.
I forgot. You're still stacked.
Yes, onward.
Okay.
Rambone, would you like my great axe? I can't carry it and the door.
Sure, I'll hold on to it.
Or do you want the spare scimitar?
I'm carrying a door, but thank you for the offer. I still have a
For the
dagger.
hand? Okay. I'm just trying to be nice. Are we not saying hello in human to this guy, or are we? As he's turned his back. Rah!
No, we're doing this the skeleton way.
Ah, yes. In what way is that?
Where we don't break into people's places and kill them automatically.
That is traditionally skeleton culture before the influence of humanity. Yep. That's all I have to say about that.
She's the original skeleton.
As Hart Hansen continues to pose and wait for the director to yell, cut, I just grab him by his collarbone and drag him along with us.
Oh,
Okay.
Aren't you also the director?
I can't do both. I guess I could, but I'm not. Can I get some
Alright,
notes
so-
on that afterwards?
Yeah, your co-director Rambone drags you, Hart Hansen, created 50 feet away as the rest of you sort of follow this fake skeletal figure in a creepy hood and amulet across the bridge and down sort of towards the other edge of Humansville. With that, we're gonna take a quick break because I need to breathe for a second.
What are we breaking?
Bones.
Bones.
Bones. Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break for just a couple minutes to refresh ourselves because I need to get some more water for sure. And we'll be back. Yeah, in just a couple minutes. Thanks everybody for playing. This has been literally the funniest thing that's ever happened to me so far. So can't wait for the second half of it. Stay tuned, internet. We'll be right back. No bones about it. Welcome back, internet. Thank you for hanging with us while we took a break. We are going to jump right back into this one shot from where we left off. If you're just now joining us, or if you don't remember for some reason, or just whatever is going on with you, that's fine. I'll remind you. We are playing Adventure Skeletons, and I say it like that because the title has an exclamation point. A one-page RPG by Grant Howitt and Chris Taylor. It's been about an hour and a half, and so far, the skeleton crew has gotten a quest, gotten their gear on, walked into a town, terrorized a family, killed a couple of guards, chopped down 2 doors, and found a creepy temple with a skeleton arm and scales, and met a priest with their face painted like a skull. So actually, I was going to make a joke, but when I say it that way, it sounds like you guys have accomplished a lot. Good job. So you did steal 2 doors also. You didn't just knock them down. You did also take them. So yeah, we are going to continue the hunt for the missing skeleton from your clan, Lambert the Minstrel, as you follow this priest of some sort around down the bridge, following the river, and around toward the other side of Humansville, a side of Humansville that none of you have ever seen.
Is that because we don't have eyes?
No, it's because it's farther away.
Rambone does.
Barry. Oh God, I forgot I said Rambone had eyeballs. It was a joke,
Rambone
but
has his
Rambone, if
father's
you want to
eyes.
have eyeballs, you can. It's up to you. I'm
I
not gonna
probably
put that
have them
on
like tied by the stalks and they're hanging like
Oh,
a good luck
Jesus.
charm.
you. Okay, that's
like
good.
fuzzy dice in a truck.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Oh no. Okay, let's do some.
It's so good.
Well, now I'm just thinking about skeletal truck nuts. It's the road that I just went down. Thank you.
can't
You're all
be-
with me.
You
Okay.
only have yourself
You
to
think
blame.
that, and
That
I
can't
think
be a
go
thing.
Shrek going, and then we get the jelly from the eyes. Just
Okay, I put on the spooky music. Only spooky talk now.
Okay.
You guys
So
know
So we
I.
have to talk like this.
God.
I,
All right,
I forgot to pay my taxes.
what?
Ooh.
I felt like Lindsay was about to say something actually useful.
No,
But...
not at all, actually.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Would you like to know what it was?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I'm so good at chopping down wooden doors
Mm-hmm.
because I'm a lumberjack.
Oh, Jesus Christ on a cracker. All right. All of you with your. All right. First, okay. Who's carrying the doors?
One door was left.
Rambone
at the
has a
church.
door. Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Rambone has the
Family
chopped
home door. Yeah.
And you have
Sally's door.
the temple door. Yeah. So Rambone has Sally's door, and Audrey has the temple door. Okay. And the rest of you have whatever you have. Great.
I'm being the Boney Express.
We are all.
You've been holding on to that one for a little bit.
Oh,
You had
Sean
such-
missed out on hearing the group name, and so did Audrey.
Well, we'll get to that in a minute. Don't spoil it. God,
Yeah,
Joseph,
we're
you
busy
had
following
such-
our bona fide fan.
You had such pride on your face when you dropped that joke, and I just want you to know that you deserved it. It was deserved. All the pride you felt.
And I had said
Um,
it 5 seconds earlier, so that was the second half.
Spooky time. Okay. You all follow this priest with a large amulet around their neck, around the back of Humansville, and you come to a large stone wall with a simple sort of dark wooden door pressed into it. And in the center of it, carved into the wood, is that same symbol that you keep seeing, which is the skeletal hand and forearm sort of holding the balanced scales. And this person sort of turns around under their hood and looks at you and says, "Follow through the door."
Okay.
Is the door already open?
No.
Well,
Someone wants a great axe.
I take the
Please don't.
borrowed great axe and get ready to open it.
Okay.
Does this acolyte move to stop me, or?
They say, "No, we need that."
Well, this is all we know of doors. We mostly just have a cave. No doors where we come from.
The
Thank God we
mysterious
do what
culture
we
of the
want.
bones. They open, and he sort of, they sort of press on one side of the door, and it swings open in front of you, like some mystical human magic that you've either never seen or long forgotten.
Witch. Burn him.
And they say, "Follow the tunnel."
What if it branches?
It's not a tree.
You'll know the way.
Get Rambone heads on down.
Okay.
No reason to
Humorous
mistrust this shady figure.
Nope, not at all.
Have we asked him
Alright.
about Lambert, or are we just?
yeah. Oh wait, hey. Excuse me. Before we go and part ways, have you seen Lambert? He thin, bony, you might say. He's very good at the trombone. Sean. Doing my best here. Very musical talent.
I do not know Lambert.
Hmm.
Only Kellamfor.
Whomst?
Kellamfor.
Here's the one after Callum 3.
Oh, does Kellenvor know where Lambert is?
Perhaps.
Better than the other answers we've gotten.
Follow the tunnel.
Okay, I'm going.
Does anyone know who this guy is?
Can I get you to repeat that and speak up a bit louder? It's going to be hard to pick you up on mic if you're just whispering like that the whole time.
Kelemvor.
There we go. Perfect. All right. We can go now.
Do we need to do a few more takes of that?
You know what? I think we'll wait and we'll reshoot tomorrow. I got to rethink that scene and review the
I'm
actor.
gonna say, like, is it Mike on guard duty right now?
Is what?
Is it Mike on guard duty right now?
Yes. 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 Onward.
Through this tunnel. We gotta make it last till 10. Is that what time we're finishing? How much filler in this episode do we need?
All of it. No, you guys are good. So.
Am I gonna bump my head?
You're both short. No, you're fine.
Okay, good.
I
really
will
wanna stay on his
say.
shoulders. I want to milk this for as long as I can.
I'm gonna have Audrey Hitbone. You can probably roll for skeleton knowing things.
Ooh, I love doing that. That's the one thing I'm good at. In addition to chopping down doors. 7.
Okay. I think you have heard the name Kelemvor before.
So when I said whomst, it was a joke.
Well, it was probably like, why? Please speak more clearly. Your voice is very difficult to parse.
Yes.
I think you have heard of this Kelemvor before, very briefly. This will tie to your sort of knowledge of human deities, things like that. There is one human deity you have heard of before. It is Kelemvor, who is known to be a human god of the dead. You know about him because, boy, do humans use his name to invoke the whole "what's dead should stay dead" rhetoric that they throw around a lot.
You know, I'm starting to have a bad feeling about this. I can feel it in my bones.
I guess.
So, Kelemvor is sort of the anti-skeleton god.
I think you mean anti-skeleton.
Everyone has a skeleton.
They think that skeletons should be fleshy, and like if you're not fleshy, you should just be
That's
dead.
blasphemer.
I know. So, we could keep walking down this tunnel, or not.
Or we could skip down it.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to get at.
Knew it.
So yeah,
we've got to get Hart's $20 Canadian back, so we've got to go down here because Lambert's probably down here.
Exactly, it's the whole reason we're here.
He's not the Tin Man. Like, he doesn't need a heart.
If they kidnapped a skeleton, they don't like skeletons, then they'd bring him down here. That makes total logical sense, and that's not a leap at all.
Be skeleton man.
Besides, if there is an anti-skeleton person down there, we're past the point of being able to have polite civil discourse about it. We just need to go punch an anti-skeleton person in the face and be done with it.
Maybe he's just misunderstood.
Rambone got so eloquent.
He gets eloquent right before the impending violence. He has to squeeze out
the calm
all the...
before the Rambone storm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Has to free up all the space for the bloodlust.
Yes, it's character development, and I love it. Do you keep walking down this tunnel?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Infinitely.
Okay.
Lead the
Infinitely.
way, Rambone.
All right, Rambone, you lead the way. Are we still doing like axe parade, or like what? How are we?
I mean,
Well,
I've
I
got
have a
an axe
door.
and a door now, and a bow.
I have a door and a dagger.
Okay.
I have an axe and Indiana.
Okay.
You can swing me around like a weapon.
Fastball special. Are you just marching in, or what I'm asking is, are you sneaking?
Are we saying hello?
I don't know if I could sneak with a door.
I mean, try.
I would like to hide Hugh.
You're a fantasy
and
skeleton
Indiana.
who steals doors,
Oh,
Lindsay. You
that's
can
true.
try.
I'm going to hide Hugh and Indiana behind my door as I walk.
And I'll put
Oh,
my door in
interesting.
front of me, so it's just a procession of doors.
Like a tower shield, but a door. Okay.
It's just a moving room. That's all it is.
Rambone, you can't swing an axe while holding a door.
You haven't
That's why
seen me
all-
try. But it's whatever that shot in cinematography is called. Hart Hansen, creator of the hit TV show Bones, you should know this, where it's like you stay focused on it, like you're zooming in as you're panning back.
Yes.
As-
Yes.
Forced perspective?
That's
maybe.
those
but
are the words I thought of. I don't think that's. Are you rolling to find out if you know what
Yes,
that
I'm
is?
rolling to see if I know what it is.
No, you don't know what it is because I don't know what it is.
You
No,
know the
you
shot I'm
fail. You
talking
needed a
about,
12.
But it's the basically as the focus on the door and the perspective seems to be skewed.
Yes. None of us
Speaking
know
of
what
which,
it's called, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm in front of the group, facing backwards to get the shot of them all coming down the hallway.
Like a tour guide.
Yes.
So you're
Okay, so
walking
what I'm
first,
getting is-
and then Hart
backwards.
Hansen is in front.
So what I'm getting is you're not sneaking.
It doesn't
Right.
really seem like.
We're totally
Okay.
sneaking, but it's not
We should-
efficient.
We should start a band called The Doors.
Okay. I mean, if you guys want to roll to see like how quiet you are, you can.
I don't think we're being quiet.
Here I go.
Does my +1
That's
to
a
sneak
5.
help you at all?
I rolled
Yeah,
an
I
8.
guess. Listen, the difficulty's very high.
Oh, okay.
So far, it doesn't seem like
Dang
it
it,
matters.
Indiana!
Well,
You're literally not even walking.
and that's why you were named after the dog. Say some numbers. What you got? Audrey has an 8. What else?
2.
Uh-oh.
Six.
3.
I'm literally carrying an entire church door, and I'm quieter than you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because he's telling you how to walk
Oh,
to
right.
be quiet.
Yeah, it's me and Indy talking the whole time.
Yeah, I don't think you guys really realize how loud you are.
Yeah. No, and I'm not. Yeah, I'm like the only way I'm giving him directions is by telling him where to go.
Yeah. So I mean, average, I guess.
Even though
There's
he
some
can sing.
high numbers and some low numbers in there. Mostly high numbers. So yeah, you for a skeleton crew of your size and with as many doors as you have, you're relatively quiet. You sort of make your way down the tunnel. You travel for quite a ways in mostly darkness. Occasionally there's kind of a torch sconce that is lit along the wall, so it's dim and creepy. And honestly, I mean, you all feel really at home for the first time all night.
This is really nice.
We just end it here. Happily ever after.
And you keep walking for a while. You reach sort of towards the end of this tunnel. There is another large wooden door with an iron handle set into it, and on the other side of it, you hear voices, kind of muffled and a little bit soft, but something that sounds like soft chanting from the other side of the door.
Any tromboning?
No tromboning.
Other
Dang
side
it.
of what door? We have two with us. Is there
There's
a third
a
one?
the
The
third
The
door.
one that's still attached to a wall.
For
Oh
now.
my god.
Rambo's
That's the
gonna,
axe.
Rambo's gonna turn and look at the others. Does anyone remember how the hooded guy opened the door? Should I just axe this one?
I mean, Hart's got the best memory, and he's up front, so.
I think he just hit it really quickly,
Please be a
if I remember right.
Okay, I'm
Do
gonna
it.
hit it really quickly with the axe.
Okay, yeah, roll a d10.
With a +1 for hitting.
Sure. You are
Yes!
hitting.
Like if we tried to push it, it would be a full draw.
That's a 6.
It's a very big roll, whatever
The axe is a
damage is.
I believe. 6.
Yeah, that seems like enough. I mean, it's a big door, but it's a big X. So.
Well, that's 3 doors down.
God.
And with that, thank you for joining us, everyone. Our
The
game
one
master
person
has left.
grinding all night. Bust out the final.
I think is how they sound. Yeah.
More or less.
You.
Underwater, maybe.
We're gonna listen to some 3 Doors Down later in my house, is all I'm saying. So, you swing the axe sort of towards the same side of the door where you saw the person in the robes with the skeleton painted face push on the door, and you hit it, and it makes this loud cracking sound and flies open. And on the other side, you see a large, dimly lit but lit stone chamber, and sort of peppered around the room, there are more of these figures in these black robes with these amulets around their necks. At the center of the room, there is a raised dais with a chair, maybe a throne of some sort, sitting on it, and you see a figure sitting on it. A skeletal figure like you, sort of sitting back, kind of relaxed, with one leg kind of propped up on their knee, with a trombone sitting across their lap.
When you say propped up on their knee, do you mean attached and just folded, or their other legs just standing on top of them?
I do mean attached and folded, but your version is way funnier.
I'm just making... It's just up there.
They're chilling, is what I mean, with a trombone sort of lazily kind of laid across their lap. And as you knock in the door, the chanting sort of stops, and there's a little bit of murmuring around the room, and a couple of the robed figures go to stand, and you hear kind of murmurs of like intruders, and then the skeletal figure with the trombone sort of stands up very quickly from the throne and says, no, my good people, go back to your praying. These are friends of mine. And
Lambert!
Immediately they all sort of bow their heads and go back to their like soft chanting, and at the call of Lambert, the skeletal figure kind of locks onto you and raises a bony finger to where his lips once were in a gesture of shut up.
I mean,
why are you telling us to shut up, Lambert?
I will deal with this, my fine folk. Continue praying, and I want to be able to hear it out in the hallway. And he sort of brings his trombone with him and starts to usher you all back out in the hallway, going, go out the door now, go.
I try and quickly turn around, but my door being held horizontally doesn't let me out through the doorway, and then I have to turn, and it's just
and he pushes you all out, and is like, and goes and kind of pulls the door. It was like barely still on its hinges, which is like flown open, like pulls it shut, is kind of holding it and goes,
magic.
Hello. And it's Lambert. You found him.
Yay!
Okay, buddy. Time to go home.
Yep. All right, you numbskull. We're here to get you out of here.
How can your skull be numb?
I don't know. It's just a phrase I heard.
What are you all doing here?
Mother said you were missing.
Yeah, Mom sent us to come find you.
Did she? Yeah. How unfortunate.
What?
Why?
I moved.
What?
I live here now.
What?
We can all move. See?
I mean, it's a nice, cozy place, yeah. We can all just move in.
The walk was really nice, but Lambert, the neighbors.
All the screaming and the blood.
The squishiness.
Ugh.
I've not encountered a lot of screaming.
Really?
I haven't met Sally then. She's amazing at it.
Who?
She's probably one of the best screamers out there, to be honest.
Listen, I think it's best if you all just sort of go tell Mother I'm fine. I've just been settling in, and I'm fine. Great. Even extra time to practice the trombone because the neighbors all love it. All right. Goodbye now. Very good to see you, all of you. Just time to
That's not
go.
the job. That's not the job. We got to take you back. Sorry.
Why?
We're pretty good at our jobs.
Also, you owe Hart $20.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Canadian too, so that's like 5.
Like, I know you've got your weird, like, cult going on thing, but you gotta just come home.
It's okay. First of all, not a cult. Very
Definitely
different.
a cult. Also,
They
can you tell them not to do the bone face?
They
It's
haven't
offensive.
sacrificed. Listen, they're doing it. It's complicated, but it is sort of out of respect for me specifically, so I sort of just let it.
Do they know you're Lambert?
No.
Do they think you're, how did Audrey put it? The anti-skeleton?
They got reincarnated here on Earth?
Why would the anti-skeleton come back as a skeleton?
Well, see, they don't ask as many questions as you do. Humans.
Can we go ask them why they think that?
I mean, sure, I guess if you want them to try to kill you. No. Listen, Hart Hansen, creator of the hit TV show Bones, I can pay you more than about 10 times over what I owe you just in tribute that they've given me in the last 2 days. So, here's the thing. If I just give all that to you, you can go home to Mother, tell her I'm fine, tell her I'm dead, I don't really care. And I'll just stay here and be a god, and we're all good.
Well,
Yeah.
see, we were told also, like, if you were dead, we were supposed to bring you back in pieces. So,
Savvy,
Yes.
what are the consequences for disobeying Mother, according to skeleton lore?
Oh, can you roll for me? A D10, perhaps.
That's a 2. Never been done.
I mean, no one has really ever done it, so you've never really seen anything bad happen. And like, I mean, Mother loves you all, and you can't imagine that she would harm you in any way.
Okay, group huddle.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I go?
No,
Stay
don't
right
go
there.
anywhere.
Hey.
I'll go and put my door down in front of the door back into the thing. So there
God,
are
I've
two
only
doors in his
figured
way.
out doors recently. I don't know how to do 2. Fucking humans and the fucking doors, I swear to God.
They don't call us My Little Bonies for no reason, okay? It's really the whole reason why I wanted to huddle, but
I think
if someone else has an idea.
as surprising as this might be, I think I might have a way to checkmate him. Oh, Lambert, I have a question for you.
Yes.
And if you can
yes.
give me a satisfactory answer, I will leave you alone.
You specifically. Got it. Great. That's how this bet is going to work. Those are the terms you laid down.
How do you play the trombone without any lips?
That's my secret.
I find that answer unacceptable!
Lambert, it looks like you're boned.
Here's the other thing. I mean, they think I'm a god, so I could just tell them anything about any of you, and you could also
But Lambert.
God's a god adjacent.
Lambert,
Yes,
Lambert,
David, what? Do you
Lambert,
have something to
Lambert,
say? Yes. God, you were my least favorite little brother. What?
Hart Hansen creator of the hit series Bones is gold with scales that are level.
Mutiny?
And instead of dropping a mic, I will drop my left arm. And pick it back up and reattach it because
He does look more godly than you do.
We could
Plus
have
he
a god.
actually
So,
he actually was a god in his past life, apparently.
Hart Hansen, creator of the hit TV show Bones, what are you proposing?
I'm proposing a challenge, like kind of like something they would do on like a reality TV show, where we see who can be the best god.
It's a god off, y'all.
Can we like try and do an air horn sound? Just and run out the front and yell out to the village, "It's a god off!" And just...
So you want to lay down a challenge?
And I pass Hart Hansen creative hit TV show Bones my arm so we could slap him to justify the challenge.
Okay, you will get advantage on the next roll you make with David Boney's arm. Because you get a reroll if you drop one of your limbs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have an arm now that you get advantage with.
Then I look down. I look down at the arm, and then I look up at Lambert. I forgot his name for a second, and I say, "It's a god off, bitch," and I just slap him across the face with the arm.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, roll to hit him. Difficulty not very high because he wasn't expecting it.
And I get advantage? Is that what
Yeah.
you said? Okay. Okay, that first one was a 4, so it's not very good. Second one was an 8.
Yeah,
It's much better.
You hit this skeleton. Roll. God, you have to do so many rolls to do combat in this game. Yeah, roll your damage.
Oh, what's my damage?
With an arm, I guess it's a D.
I
It
don't
is
know,
D3. Without a weapon, you do D3 damage. So I'm counting this as unarmed, even though it's
I'm the
you are
only
armed.
unarmed
You're the
person here.
most armed.
It's specifically armed.
It's
Would it be a
the most
D6
armed.
because it's 2 arms?
No.
My arm and the arm I'm hitting him with.
Yeah, it
I'm-
would. Roll a D6.
That's
Okay.
reasonable.
Yeah,
6.
great.
Nice.
Also, roll for me on.
God, there are a lot of rolls to combat.
Yeah, so you have to roll to hit and you have to roll your damage, and you also have to roll on the hit location table to see where you hit. So I did make a table for this. You can also just roll a D10 if you want.
Okay,
10.
okay.
If we hit the 10, we kill him
Oh
straight
no,
away.
I'll use your table, so because we haven't.
Yeah,
gotten
I use
to
my
that yet.
table. It's weighted and everything.
Left leg.
Left leg. I hit him
Yeah,
on the
so-
left leg.
yeah.
So I feint for his face, and then
Yeah.
I go for his leg.
Yeah,
Wait,
that's what makes it a
equals
god
zero.
off, 'cause you're super
Is
skilled.
it possible to hit anything other than a left leg?
The 0 means nothing. So you swing this arm at Lambert, sort of fainting, and then swinging his left leg
Sweep
out
the
from
leg.
under him. And you sweep the leg, and his left leg goes flying, sort of detaching from his body and kind of flying across the hallway.
Catch the leg
And
and run. Catch the leg and run. That's it.
he just sort of looks at you and says, Hart Hansen, creator of the hit TV show Bones, you've made a grave mistake. And he lets out this like raspy, just shrieking scream. And from the other room, you hear some drama happening as the followers of Lambert, who think he is their god Kellanvor reborn upon this human earth.
He's longer than name than me.
Can I have my arm
Well, he
back?
has to go down.
You
Yeah.
can
See him get
certainly
through
try to
two
get your
doors.
arm back as you
Hands
hear
the creator of the TV show Bones, you can pass me my arm.
as you hear this sort of cacophony from the other room as a shriek has sort of awakened all of these followers, and they are coming kind of spilling out to the door and then around the second door, which is sort of making this tunnel hard for them to navigate, but they are coming through at all of you, and in all of the chaos, Lambert is hopping over to try to pick up his leg and reattach it and get away from all of you. Tell me what you do while I put on some more dramatic music.
I
Just
yell.
Lambert.
Looks like you don't have a leg to stand on.
And then
He
I
actually
throw
does.
Indy at Lambert.
And then you throw me at Lambert.
Okay, you throw India Lambert.
Lambert.
Sure. Roll a d10.
With Lambert being a skeleton, should we just automatically hit him because he's so slow like us?
No, he's blessed or something.
set trombone.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Hugh, what did you roll?
I got an 8.
Got an 8. That's very good. Yeah. So you sort of chuck as he is scooping his leg up off the ground and making his way kind of through the flood of followers that is coming around the two doors. You just chuck Indiana Bones at him, and you go flying. What are you doing as you go flying through the air? Are you just gonna kind of crash into him like a baseball, or?
Yeah, I mean, I have my axe, but I feel like I won't be able to really swing it well, so I just sort of like brace myself for impact.
Okay. Hugh, damage. Roll. What is a goblin's worth of damage?
I would argue the axe, because he is holding it.
Yeah, which is the same as a great axe.
It's 2 damage.
Sure, why not? And then roll for me either a d10 or on the hit location table. I don't care which.
Got him in the torso.
Awesome. So just like center mass, Indy, you go sort of tumbling with your axe into him, kind of smashing into the back of Lambert, who's goes tumbling again sort of down this hallway. You do sort of propel him forward to where he wanted to go, but you see some of his ribs in the back kind of like crack and fall off, and now he's like missing a few ribs as he is sort of trying to stick his leg back on and starts kind of like hobbling into the room where you left him as these humans in creepy cloaks and face paints start pouring out of the room upon you. What do the rest of you do?
I am trying to hold my second door in the way of the other doors to keep the humans in their creepy worship chamber.
All right, roll for door, Rambone.
Yeah, if it helps, because I guess door, I don't know if a door is one-handed or two-handed.
Hold the door!
If I have a free hand, I am stabbing them with my infinite arrows.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you're an orc, probably pretty big and strong. Yeah, door, I feel like door is probably one-handed for Rambone.
Okay. Do I get to add a +1 for hitting things, or?
Yeah,
not
sure.
so much?
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of hitting.
Whoops, I missed a bracket.
This music isn't exciting enough for me.
That is a 7 total.
I like the feel of this one. All right, yeah. So you sort of brace yourself against this door, kind of holding it like a large tower shield to stem the flow of humans. And you do sort of hold some of them back as some of them are trying to kind of scramble around, but you take up a lot of space in this tunnel with a literal whole door that you are holding and are pushing a lot of them back as Lambert sort of scrambles around. And trying to get into the main chamber where he once was, and you're doing some stabs with your arrows. Just roll like 2d4s probably.
Okay. That is a 6 total, a 2 and a 4.
All right, yeah, you just kind of haul off and stab a couple of humans. You know what? Go ahead and just roll on the hit location table, just for fun.
Okay, I got a right leg.
Yeah. Okay. So Ramon, you sort of holding the rest, the sort of brunt of these humans back. You kind of go down onto one knee, sort of bracing yourself with one arm kind of against this tower shield door that you have, and you pull some arrows out and just are stabbing kind of around the shield, just into some of the legs of these humans. They're sort of crying out and then falling and rolling around, and they're in a lot of pain. Didn't know how I was going to narrate that one. Still am not sure that tracks, but that's what's happening. Who hasn't done a thing? Audrey, what you got?
I would like to, while all of this chaos is going on either side of the hallway, I'd just like to gently prop up my temple door against the wall, sort of like lean-to style, and then calmly walk behind it and hide.
Okay. Roll for hiding.
Oh, I will. Oh no, I have to erase what I was typing. Hold on. Not that I was typing anything. 5.
Okay, yeah, you sort of prop up your door and slide behind it. You're not sure 100% if you've been seen, but you have a pretty good feeling that most of the humans are sort of not paying attention to you and your door.
Sweet.
There's so many doors in this hallways, and some of them are more stressful than others. Yours is the least stressful right now.
Perfect.
So you're pretty sure they're
For now.
not paying a lot of attention.
Is Lambert holding onto his trombone?
Yes, he's dragging his trombone with him.
Can I try and steal it off of him?
Sure, you can try to grab his trombone.
Because I want it for my arm.
Okay, roll a d10, please.
That is a 9.
Okay. Yeah. So David Bunny thing, as all of this chaos is happening, as Lambert is sort of going to scoop up his leg and reattach it and kind of make his way around, you just yoink the trombone right from him and set it into the socket where your arm once was, and now you have a trombone for an arm. That is
I
your
really feel
one.
like Ash from Evil Dead right now.
That's your
It's the
one
trombone.
non-bone replacement. Is the trombone. For your, which arm is this?
My left.
Sure.
I never give my rights away.
Okay, you have a trombone arm. Who hasn't done any? Heart Hands and creator of the hit TV show Bones.
Yeah, so since we got all these cultists and Lambert's still distracted trying to get his pull himself together, I'm gonna try to jump up on something and do another performance and kind of hold out my arms in a wide theatrical pose and say,
Okay.
"You have been tricked by this false idol. Bow before your true god."
Okay. Well, you're in a hallway.
Yeah, sure.
So I said that Lambert was like making his way into the other room. So here's what we'll do. Yeah, go ahead and roll for speaking. So you sort of follow Lambert through sort of pushing through the crowd, covered in gold paint and carrying a set of scales, and you just like hop up onto the edge of the dais in this stone room and give your speech.
That's a 9.
Somebody please roll bad just like once.
I have literally
have.
rolled below 2 for everything.
I know, I feel bad for Indian Bones. That's okay. So you stand up on the dais and you sort of give this sweeping speech, and especially, most of you are still out in the hallway. I think especially Rambone, just for a second, you feel the tide of humans that is pushing against your door shield stop just for a second. As Hart Hansen, creator of the hit TV show Bones, gives this speech, and even Lambert sort of looks up at you and is like, "Damn, that was impressive." And he finally reattaches his leg and takes off running toward the other side of the chamber where you see another wooden door. But before he can make it out, there is this loud sort of booming kind of cracking sound, almost like lightning striking, and toward the center of the room, in the center of the room, up on the dais where the throne is, Hart Hansen, right behind you, Hart Hansen, creator of the TV show Bones, right behind you, there is this sort of loud cracking sound, and where the throne once was, there is all of a sudden just this like destroyed pile of like ash and metal and things that were making up the throne, and appearing in this cloud of smoke is this dark figure, this large humanoid figure wearing this black sort of plate metal armor and holding a shield and wearing a large helmet, sort of looks out at all of you and says, "It's all fake. Kill the pretender. I am Cirrus Doomguard, Paladin of Kelimvor, and I am here to tell you, do not believe these liars. What do you do?
I'm gonna take my great axe and just hit this dude.
You're out in the hallway.
Excuse me, I've been hiding behind a door. I would like to Izuku Midoriya this door and just like flop it straight out of this guy and flatten him, please.
Okay. We're gonna bend reality a little bit for all of this to happen because it's way funnier if it happens. Rambone goes sort of charging at this sort of dark armored figure with your axe, and you attack him. Please roll for attack. And shortly after, a door goes to. God, you rolled a 10.
That's a dirty 10, though.
Oh, okay. And shortly after, Audrey Hipbone, you will also roll, please, to flatten this fool with a door.
Please. No, I rolled a 1 in my dramatic moment I've been waiting for.
No, it's bad. It's really bad.
I ruined it. I got in the way.
Your door's jammed on the...
You brought this on me, Savvy, by wishing I'd rolled bad.
Well, it wasn't specifically directed at you, but here we are.
It's fine.
So this dark figure sort of appears in the center of the room, claiming that all of you are heretics and liars. And Rambone, you go flying towards him. Please roll your damage and also on the hit location table.
Okay. I should probably do hit location first, just in case I get the head.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Nope, the torso.
Torso, okay. So you hit him square in the torso.
That's a 7 on a D8.
Bus. Well, that's damage, but it is not above his toughness or whatever it's called. So yes, you do hit him quite a bit. You see Rambo sort of flying in with his axe, driving it into the plate mail torso of this terrifying figure who has just appeared in the center of the room. And at the same time, Audrey Hipbone, you sort of kick over this door. And please roll for me on the hit location table.
Okay. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Roll. Left arm.
All right, and as it hits Rambone, your left arm goes flying across the room and sort of rolling off as it is knocked off of your body. It is damaged, is not destroyed, but you do take one check of the left arm, and you currently don't have one attached to your body.
Terribly sorry.
So as that happens, Lambert sort of looks terrified and sort of looks out at all of you and says, okay, I know we have some differences to settle, but that's one of the real ones, one of the real sort of anti-skeleton ones. We should go, and keeps sort of running away towards the...
Rambone's got it. I go chasing after Lambert and give him a human hello with my great axe.
Oh no! Okay. Yeah, roll to chop Lambert.
All right. 7 to hit.
Goodness. Yeah, roll for me the hit location.
Right arm.
Okay.
And 2 damage, because I can't roll damage.
Hoo boy. No, you chopped his leg off earlier. Okay. So yeah, as you bring your axe down onto Lambert, his right arm again sort of falls to the ground, and he's like, son of, and goes to like scoop it up as you are slowly chopping him to literal pieces. Who's up?
I'm gonna try and poke him with his trombone from range.
Okay.
Just extended it.
Okay. Roll a d10.
6.
Yep, that's roll for me hit location and like 1d4 damage for trombone.
On his left arm.
Wait, is that no different arm? Okay, it's his other arm. Jesus.
Redone.
Yeah. Okay.
Now he's so armless.
So yeah, you sort of extend the slide of the trombone out in this long. No, are you playing it or are you just sliding it?
I'm just extending it out. I'm like, go, gadget arm.
Okay, go, gadget trombone. You sort of slide the trombone slide out, and it knocks into his other arm, which he was using to try to scoop up his right arm. But now Lambert is armless.
We disarmed him, guys.
All I'm
Super
pitching
disarmed.
is the Black Knight go, come on, it's just a flesh.
Indiana Bones, you raise your hand.
Yeah, I wanna add to the chaos and
Okay.
see if I can chop him up into even more bits.
There's a like really big bad guy in the center of the room, and you guys are like, nope. And I love it. Please roll a d10 for me to hit Lambert some more.
6!
Yeah, sure. Roll for hit location.
Anywhere but the arm.
The left leg!
Okay, but that's the other leg that's not the leg he was trying to put back on, I don't think.
Yes, it was. That leg's gone.
Same leg?
Yeah.
Oh no, I said he put it
hand.
back on because he was running. So yeah, go for damage, whatever weapon you have.
Isn't it just destroyed? Second hit.
No, he put it back
Great.
on, so this is different. Also, he's a mini boss, so he has different rules.
7.
Okay.
This guy's a mini boss.
Well, he was
And
until that
apparently I'm
happened.
soloing the boss.
Well, Audrey's trying to help. I
It's
tried.
2v1.
So until
Two
that
against you.
happens, so Indy, you sort of roll up. What you got? Great axe?
Great axe. Of course.
All right, you roll up, and you hit Lambert with your great axe, sort of in the left leg, but right in the joint where it connects to that pelvic bone, and he sort of starts shaking kind of uncontrollably, and then just rattling, kind of falls to pieces, and there's just bones of Lambert all over the ground. Who's left? Hard Hands and creator of the hit TV show Bones.
Man, I'm
I feel
at a
like you haven't
loss
done
for
anything.
useful things I can do. I guess I'm gonna try to help with the big guy, the armored guy.
Mhm.
Can you recruit him for the stunt team?
I'd like to. He seems kind of dedicated to what he's doing right now, though. You know what? I want to talk to him. I want to get up close. I want to have an opportunity for a face-to-face, and I can't do that with the helmet on. So what I'm going to try to do is sneak up behind him and try to just like pop the helmet off using my dagger. You know, just kind of stick it in there, wedge it in the joint, and then like a can of tuna.
Okay.
It didn't have so much flesh on him. He'd be in
Roll
the
for
right
this.
eye.
There's only one roll.
Roll for this. Okay. That's a 1.
Yeah, you don't. So you sort of walk up behind him and try to kind of pop the helmet off of his head in an attempt to be able to see him and talk to him. But instead you sort of misjudge because you're used to skeletons and he's human, he's super fleshy, there's like a lot of stuff back there. And you just like drive the dagger kind of right into the back of his neck. I mean, I'm gonna let you still attack him, so just roll for damage, I guess,
Okay.
to his torso area.
Is it a D? Okay, do I get the D4 or is it the D8? Am I considered hidden?
What do you want to be?
I want to
Tell
be
me.
hidden so I get the
Okay.
bigger number.
Yeah, get it.
Okay.
This golden fucking skeleton with scales.
That's an 8.
This is not what I thought was gonna happen.
Is that higher than his toughness?
Well, here's the thing.
Did we kill him?
You, Hart Hansen, creator of the hit TV show Bones. In your effort to recruit the perfect actor, the perfect stuntman,
We're about to accidentally kill him, try to recruit
really-
him because I failed.
to really get inside his brain, his mind up there in his head, and
You
what
really
he's all
got
about.
inside his brain.
You drive your dagger into the back of his neck, and his helmet sort of falls off as he leans forward and sort of just turns around and looks at you and says, "Why?" And he falls to the ground dead.
No, this can't be happening. I'm never going to get that daytime Emmy.
His dramatic timing was perfect as I'm scooping Lambert into a bag.
The delivery of that, his final words. I'll never find anyone like that.
Wah, wah, wah.
Where did you get lips from?
And lungs.
This guy. Just well, anyone up for breakfast at Tiffany's?
Well, at least I got a lot of good footage.
With what camera?
And then I pull out the secret GoPro I have hidden in my head.
Behind the cards.
Well, I've got a bag of Lambert. Let's go. Or do you want to be their god?
What are the other humans doing right now?
Hold on. I played sad music. I put sad music in the game just in case something like this happened. So now I have to change it to regular music.
Well, in case we won.
No, in case something sad happened. So the other humans in the room, I think those that they've sort of made their way back into from the hallway into this room and are sort of looking around, not really sure what to do. A few are kind of like muttering amongst themselves, but they're not engaging, they're not approaching.
I think I would like to shout at them. We are your vengeful gods. We have taken the heretic, and we shall leave you alone now. Do not pursue us, or our wrath shall fall upon you.
Please roll for shouting.
As I am trying to scoop up my arm and reattach it. That's another dirty 10.
Y'all are fucking kidding me. Okay. This game. Okay, yeah. As Rambone sort of shouts this out, I just would like to say that 10 is literally the impossible difficulty for doing things. 10 is by all accounts, you should not be able to do this, and you guys just keep doing it. And it's awesome.
We're my little bonies, what do you expect?
Yeah. So Rambone sort of shouts this out, and there is a little bit of muttering kind of amongst the crowd of hooded figures. And then they all just sort of drop to their knees and start the low kind of chanting again.
To be honest, that was pretty cool.
So we're not going to stay here and be their gods.
No, we have to deliver Lambert's bits, shakes the bag, to Mother.
Address if anybody wants to, before you leave, if you want to come, if you here's some cards, if you want to do any more work, need some extras, and just blah.
Here's your basic guild contracts you're gonna need.
I'm now also picturing a Pez dispenser and just.
That's a 4.
I mean, a couple of them, I think, go for it. It's not a lot, but you do give out. You give out a few cards.
Okay.
It takes a certain kind of person to do this work.
It does.
And he's dead on the floor now.
Yeah, the only one. Can I take the body with me? Can we bring him back?
Yeah.
Make a good
we'll bring it back as a skeleton. We can do this.
Yes.
I know this in skeleton lore, the secret way to turn a human into a skeleton.
Yeah, we'll roll for that in a second. Hold on to that one.
Except if you put the dagger right where it was put.
No. Secret lore.
I'm just dragging him behind us as we go. Be like, I'm not giving up on you.
Okay. So, anything else before you leave?
No, I think we've milked that for all it's worth.
I'll get back on Hugh's shoulders.
Okay, just for fun.
And I'll just play
Just for fun.
I'll just play some music as we're working out.
Okay. You have a
I
trombone
hate
arm.
the trombone.
All right. So you all make your way out of Humansville toward your skeleton home. Body in tow, bag of Lambert. Really no worse for wear. You're all sort of fine, I guess. From
Upgraded.
that. You all just rolled so good, which is incredible. But yeah, you make your way home. You take Lambert to Mother, and she is very excited, very complimentary of your work, and you all receive some fun treasure.
Sit
let's
down
see.
for some bone.
Let's see. There's treasure. Not really concerned about it. If we ever play this game again, it'll come up. But you all get some great rewards and you're very happy with them. But later on in the night, you all sort of gather again. I'm assuming you all want to be part of this ritual around the body of Cirrus Doomguide, who you unceremoniously killed on a dais.
Accidentally.
Well, that's what happens.
Maybe
when you
only
roll once.
one of us killed him. Someone damaged him, but then
Honestly, I didn't do anything in that fight, so.
you helped him out.
Your door
Rambo
work
part
was
handsome.
exceptional.
Thank you. Been working on it.
You all gather around the deceased body of Cirrus Doomguide, Paladin of Kelemvor, who attempted to disrupt whatever nonsense was happening in this temple. But you got to it first, so joke's on him, I guess. You want to bring him back as a skeleton?
Yeah, totally. He'll hate that.
Okay, I'm gonna have Audrey Hipbone roll for some Skelly Bones lore.
Oh, yikes. Big yikes. 6.
Okay. I think you have a marginal understanding of what it might take to bring someone back. You've read about it. You have maybe a couple of skeleton books you can pull from. You've never seen it done, but there is a long and complex ritual that you can all contribute to if you want to bring this fool back as a skeleton. But I'm gonna let you guys tell me what that is.
I contribute by singing the song Lazarus by David Bowie on the trombone.
Okay. Go ahead and
Don't
roll me a
know how that
d10.
happens.
We're gonna do a resurrection ritual. We're gonna do a whole ritual here in which David Boney has rolled a 1. So
I
what do
get
the rest
so
of you want to
into
do?
it, I kick my right leg off so I can re-roll.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm like getting. Okay, it's a 3.
Nice. Nice.
Okay, that is a 3,
Wait,
which is
technically a 2 because I'm missing a limb, so.
that is true. So it is one better than what you rolled before. Yeah.
I'm
what
still
would,
learning the trombone.
yeah.
Sorry.
So that's what David Boney does. What would the rest of you like to do?
Well, obviously the skeleton's gonna need a way out, so I just start to like cut lines across him.
Okay. Roll me that d10.
4.
Okay, 4 for chopping them up.
Deflesh.
Defleshing, yes.
I'm gonna yell at his soul and just say, "Hey, We're skeletons! Come here and get us! And try and draw him out.
Great, roll for yelling.
That's a 9.
How do you keep doing this?
Because I'm Rambone!
Okay, so Rambone is screaming at the soul of Cirrus Doomguide while he is being defleshed and also played a very good trombone solo. What would the rest of you like to contribute to him becoming an undead skeleton for the rest of his life?
I think I'm contributing my dubious knowledge of this ritual.
That seems fair. Yeah, go ahead and roll. We'll just have everybody roll.
Oh, I already did. I was trying to look at Dylan and be like, Indiana, do something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? The 6 pretty good. We can keep the 6. Unless you want to gamble on it.
I'm scared.
We'll keep the 6. Indiana Bones and Hart Hansen, creator of the hit TV show Bones.
Do you have anything for this?
Yeah. I give him a little smooch on the forehead. Because a skeleton, he cannot become a skeleton without a little bit of love.
I have something to contribute at the same, following that same line of emotion. Is I reach also into my skull because it's the only place I can think of that I would store anything. I pull out a roll of paper, and it's unroll it and kind of flip over the first page, and I start reading from the pilot episode script of the first episode of Bones. This is the final boarding call for Flight 416 with service. I'm late. This board is broken. At this time, the arrivals board is not working. Did anyone meet with the I'm going to keep reading from this. It goes on for quite a long time.
Okay, I'm going to have both of you roll.
They don't talk about Bones a lot on these first 2 pages. It makes me disappointed. Hold on.
I'm going to change from Lazarus to the some changes because...
Each of you roll a d10.
Well, I rolled a 5.
Little bit of love.
I rolled a 10.
Well, you get to roll another 10. You get to roll another d10 if you roll a 10.
Another d10.
Okay, I rolled
Dang
a 1.
So that's an 11.
Oh, we could have got 100 out of you.
Wow, that 11 and that 9 are really... 5, 4... 6 is above. Okay. So you all contribute to this ritual. Following Audrey Hipbone's instructions, you do the best you can with what you've got, with your expertise. And you sit after you have finished your contributions for a minute. Nothing happens. You wait. Nothing happens. And you wait for a few minutes, and just as you are about ready to give up, the last bits of flesh from where Hugh has made these cuts sort of fall away, and you hear a rattling from the ribcage of Cirrus Doomguide.
I start shouting to the heavens, "He's undead! He's undead!"
One of us. One of us.
What name shall we give him?
He already has a name.
He doesn't have a skeleton name.
Oh.
Because I wasn't David Boney in my past life. The only person I think who kept that original name was Hart Hansen, creator of the TV show Bones.
Yeah. But it's a good name.
That's what his parents named him too. It's weird.
You know, I think this might be our Albert Speinstein.
Oh, that's a good one. I was gonna say John Bon Jovi.
Ah, that's also good.
What do you anoint him?
Bone Daddy.
Daddy.
Bone Daddy.
Bone Daddy.
And as Hard Hansen, creator of the hit TV show Bones, speaks these words over his star, Bone Daddy rises.
Now to start playing Starman.
He sits up and looks around at all of you, and then locks eyes with you, Hard Hansen, creator of the hit TV show Bones, and says, I'm ready.
What lock sockets with you?
And that's it. That's the end of the story. This chapter.
Is Mother proud of us for bringing Lambert back?
Like, so extremely proud. Like, you guys got so much good loot, you don't even know.
I'm not
Aw.
giving the trombone back.
No, you can keep it.
The only thing better would be if I had an accordion or a body.
We'll make you
So,
a
yeah.
one-man band.
That's where we're gonna end this adventure, because that's a good note to end it on in case we ever return to this, which we probably won't, but we might. This music is a little unsettling when it's just under regular people talking and not crazy people talking about skeletons coming back to life that are named Bone Daddy, huh?
That's not normal people talk?
I don't like this one. I'm gonna find some more music before we keep going.
Oh.
I like this one. It's calming. Great job, everybody. That was about 2.5 hours of nonsense. And I hope it was fun. I had a lot of fun.
I had fun.
It was a good time.
I'm used to having XP and end of session things to do at the end of a game, which we don't have for this game. Because that is the end of this chapter of Adventure Skeletons. So
This whole
thank
campaign.
you. That's the end of the campaign. Thank you everybody for tuning in to the finale. We had a great time. It was a long run, but you know what? I feel like we really accomplished something here.
I feel like I had a proper character arc. It was good.
You guys really had just a lot of development. It was really fun. But yeah, I think
Alex, you got me. You got
So,
me, Alex.
Yes, there was a song written up about our exploits that,
oh god,
if I might, I volunteered to sing.
you may.
We'll see how well it meshes with this background tune, but
I can turn it off. Hold on.
Some of the rhythm doesn't match up, and I'm sorry. I did my best. I was
Get
trying
it.
to also play the game.
Yeah.
Go.
My little bones went down to Humansville. They were looking for a bone to pick. Lambert was lost. They'd pay any cost, but it turns out Lambert's a dick. When Hart came upon this young man sitting on the throne and playing it hot, the director roared from behind the door and said, "Boy, let me tell you what. I guess you didn't know it, but I'm a human god too. If you'd care to take a dare, I'll make a bet with you. Now you play a good trombone, boy, but give the director his due. I'll bet my paint of gold against your soul, because I think I'm better than you." The boy said, "My name's Lambert, and I know what mother said, but I'll take your bet, and you're gonna regret, because I'm the deadest that's ever dead." Hart held up his dagger and said, "I'll start the show," and Lambert tried to run with the dark paladin in tow. But Hart pulled the blade across his neck, and it made an evil hiss, and a band of cultists joined in crying, and it sounded something like this. "Hey man, why'd you do that?"
Why?
I added that last bit in on my own.
Nice improv.
That was very good, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Lyrics by Lindsay. I apologize for my performance.
It was
No, it's
incredible.
great.
It's very good.
All very good.
I think it's told the saga of the movie making efforts.
Yep.
And when
Hart Hansen.
Charlie Daniels shows up with his lawyers, I will direct him towards Alex.
Rambone and Audrey Hepburn. Sorry.
You'll never find them. That was very good. Oh man, this is why one shots are fun. But yeah, thank you guys for playing, and thank you everybody out there for watching and hanging out there in the chat with us. If you are still live with us on Twitch right now, check out our schedule, our regular scheduled things that are down below our faces here on the Twitch draw page right now. If you're on YouTube or some other watching things service. You can check out our schedule on our Twitter or our Discord, where you can come and talk to us about all kinds of games and things. Occasionally, in between our regularly scheduled things, we play video games or we do stuff like this. So if you liked it, let us know and we'll do more of it. There are about 70 of these types of games that I just like have in the chamber ready to go. So I'm sure we'll be back at some point doing something at least as silly as this, if not more. Any final words before we go away for the evening?
Nope. Thank you for running this.
Yeah, it was great.
Do you have?
I mean, I didn't work that hard on it.
I do have to ask if you have this one-page one-shot, the Carly Rae Jepsen one.
No,
I'm sorry, what?
There's a Carly Rae Jepsen one-shot where you
I
need
do
a
not
break
have this.
to steal all of her unpublished songs before they're destroyed.
Well, that sounds very good, so we'll put that one
I will find
Into
it.
this.
on the list. Because I love Carly Rae Jepsen. All right. Well, thank you, everybody for playing. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We will be back tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for a new episode of Tidefall. So we'll see you then. But until then, good game and good night, Internet.
Good night, Internet.
Good night, Internet.
Good afternoon.